What's going on, dude?
Hey Zach, how are you?
Good. Finally, we got in touch, eh?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
How's life, man?
Good. I mean, still a big adjustment. I mean, I wish it was a little more lively downtown, but no, it's been good. It's been nice settling in here, and I'm sure it'll get better eventually. It'll get hopefully some back to
You
some
just moved
normalcy.
to
But
Calgary.
I did, yeah, and yeah, perfect time to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
So
it cheaper right now? Like coming into the city? Or
yeah, like I mean, we got this apartment for a really good price
yeah.
actually, which was like the pretty much the draw to it. And I mean, it's an old hotel, so it's got all of the pool, sauna, full gym, ton of amenities,
Uh,
theater rooms. So I mean, yeah, once everything kind of opens up again, it'd be nice to be able to even meet people in our building. And but that'll
Oh,
come.
that'd be super cool. Which place are you guys at?
We're at the International Apartments. It's called. They turned it. It used to be a hotel, and now it's a apartment building. But it's on
Hey.
Fourth Ave. Yeah, it's right across from like the Suncor Towers, kind of.
Oh man, I yeah, I used to go to so many parties out there at the International
I can
Hotel.
imagine.
What the heck?
Yeah,
It's an apartment building now? That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I think they just started like promoting it too. So I mean, we have new people moving in every day. You
Yeah.
see moving trucks out front. So
And they're actually spacious rooms, aren't they? Like they're pretty.
yeah, I mean, ours is super
Yeah.
spacious. Yeah, like we have a double door kind of bedroom, and yeah, everybody who's, I mean, my girlfriend's got friends who moved to all the new modern buildings downtown, and they're kind of just shoe boxes.
Um, it's like
Like to
everything
be,
crammed in one.
yeah, to be blunt, like they're pretty small, so it's nice to kind of have that not old kind of authentic feel to it, but I mean, just like the space is the biggest
Space. Yeah.
thing.
And plus it's you guys are like right downtown, like literally could go anywhere. 8th Avenue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It, and I mean, with that plus 15 too, like it's not really open right now, but like with the plus 15, like we can walk absolutely anywhere and don't even have to go outside. Like it's,
That's
yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah, it'll be quite a luxury once that's open as well. Like I'm pretty sure I can make it to like the Saddle Dome without even going outside. So
Are you from Calgary originally or where are you from?
I grew up in Hinton until I was 5, and then I moved to Leduc, and then I've been in Leduc until obviously now. So I was in Leduc from when I was 5 to when I just moved.
Wow.
So.
What is the population out there?
I would say like 35,000. Like when I moved
Okay.
there when I moved there in 2004, I think there was probably like 10,000, like under 10,000. But I mean, the airport's right there, and they just built a new outlet mall right by the airport. They got a new Costco. I mean, it's developing a ton. Like you should
Yeah.
compared to what it was when we moved there, like it's insane.
Man, after like I think it's like 50,000, it becomes a city. It's no like that's what happened with Airdrie, right? It was a town.
Yeah, and it's like comparable to even like Airdrie or Okotoks, like just because it's like we're 8 minutes from Edmonton, like we're 8 minutes from the big city. I mean, the airport's right there. Like it's pretty. It was. I mean, I loved it. I would
Yeah.
definitely. I can't say I like would probably move back now being in Calgary with the mountains and everything so close, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Is mom and dad back home as well? Or
Yeah, mom and dad and my brother are back home. My brother works at the airport as an air traffic controller,
nice.
so he's centered there. So
And you're now in school, right? Or you
yeah, I'm in my fourth semester. So technically, like our fourth semester is technically an internship. Like we actually have to go out and work in the field for 4 months or whatever it is. But I'm after this internship, I'll be done. I'll have my diploma. So
excited or what?
yeah, it'll be good. I mean, it sucks because the third semester was like all pretty much all online. Like we went in Fridays to produce our news show, but it was quite an adjustment. I'm just happy that I'm not doing that anymore because yeah, having a practical program like television broadcasting and having to do it online was quite a challenge.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And are you still playing hockey?
no, I
Yeah.
think I hung them up for now.
Yeah.
I've kind of taken up snowboarding. I just
Nice.
wanted to try something new. Yeah, and I mean, being this close to the mountains too, it's nice to be able to just like hop up and an hour later you're there. So I'll kind of keep at that. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's fun, isn't it?
yeah, it's great. I mean, especially when you get a group of people going and you're all on the hill, like I mean, there's nothing better. But I mean, would I consider playing hockey again? Probably, but nothing like crazy, just kind of
No.
beer league or whatever.
Do you miss it at times? Like the
Yeah,
what it
I
was
miss
like?
the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing I miss. Like as much as I obviously, playing junior hockey, you
Mhm.
still have to treat it like a job and everything. Like I didn't love hockey, but I just loved the dressing room atmosphere. I loved the camaraderie. I loved kind of just all of that came with that. So I mean, that's what kind of kept me going through it. But yeah, I don't miss the hard hard work it was and everything. I mean, it's still one of the greatest workouts. Like
I was
the
just gonna
the
say that.
sweat.
Holy smokes! The workout
Oh,
regime. Like,
yeah, like the sweat you burn and everything, like you were always in good shape. But I mean, yeah, I definitely, I miss it and I don't. So
yeah. Now, were you always like? I guess when you were young, did you know you were gonna be a hockey player, or want to grow up to play hockey, or what was? How did that all happen?
yeah, I mean, I don't think it was like anything where I was like, oh, I need to play
Yeah.
hockey. But my brother played, and then I mean, I always love watching hockey. Like even to this day, like I could sit for 12 hours a day and literally just watch hockey. Like I love doing that. So I knew like hockey was gonna try and like be a part of my life. But
Mhm.
and then obviously all my friends played, so that was just like a given. Like a pretty much I'd say 75% of my friendships are from hockey. Like they're hockey based. I mean, the hockey world's so damn small. So it was definitely something that created the man I am today. Like I mean, a lot of the characteristics I have today are because of hockey. So
Yeah. No doubt, man. Holy smokes.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So yeah.
you went from obviously playing in Leduc, then you moved to Saskatchewan. Is that what happened, or how did was it?
Yeah, so I played in Leduc, and then I played my first year of junior hockey in Drayton Valley.
Yeah.
So just like an hour away from Leduc, which was nice. It was good because I could go home on the weekends, like I could just drive home. But yeah, and then I ended up in Humboldt, Saskatchewan
Yeah.
the next year later. And yeah,
So how many years were you in Humboldt then?
just I think I got there in middle of October, and then obviously with everything that happened, so I mean I was realistically only there for about however many months that is. So.
Wow. Oh my. Oh, so did you just meet people, or did you know a lot of the teammates on?
Yeah, like as soon as I got there, actually my brother's best friend was the one who kind of spiraled that to getting me to Humboldt. He played there for 3 years under the same coach, Darcy, and so I told him I was like, I need to get me there, like that'd be perfect. And I mean, as soon as I got there, I think I had five guys that I already knew, like Stephen Wack, Connor Lucan, Ryan Stresnitsky. I like I said, the hockey world's so small. So I
Those
mean, as
guys
soon
were
as I
all Alberta boys, weren't they, as well? Yeah.
yeah. Luke's is from Slave Lake. Swack's from St. Albert's. Straz is from Airdrie. So, yeah, I mean, I played with Straz for a year in Leduc, and then I moved on. And then, so I mean, the connections instantly were just be like, oh, you played with this guy, like I know that guy, and I mean, it was just so simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Like, was it
I
like any other day? Was it just you're on the bus, and how did all this happen? Like, what was going on?
Yeah, I like the good thing is I think one of the biggest blessings in disguise is I don't remember anything from that day. I don't
Mhm.
remember anything for about 4 days after. I think my mind, I think just no, that's a normal human thing for your mind to want to remember to kind of try and piece together what happened that day. And as I start to kind of try and piece it together, I think I mean it was just a regular day, just morning skate, come home, everybody naps, and we get on the bus, and yeah. So I mean, like I said, I think it's one of the bigger, more blessing in disguises in my life that I
Yeah, I
don't
would say.
remember,
Thank
just
God.
because of the emotional and mental injuries from. I mean, even kind of remotely waking up at that or remembering anything, I truly couldn't imagine. So.
Good Lord. And when you woke up, was mom and everybody there? Were they like whole fam jam?
Yeah. So when I woke up, like I said, it was probably about 4 or 5 days later, and I had lots of family members, and then I probably had about 12 to 20 friends. I can't even remember. Like I had a couple buddies take the Greyhound bus from Edmonton to Saskatoon, and I had a bunch of people. It was good because I mean Saskatoon took care of everybody. They put
Mhm.
up everybody in hotels close by for free. So I mean it was
Amazing.
I think they just wanted as many family members and friends and family to be with us in those moments. So
What happened to you? Where did you get hurt?
so I mean I had like a variety.
Yeah.
I had a stroke. my nerve damage was probably one of the worst things, just because of the recovery of the nerve damage. So my collarbone snapped, and I think it severed a couple of
Oh,
nerves. Yeah, like luckily it didn't completely tear the nerves, but I think that'll be something that might come into play down the road, maybe arthritis or something like that. I had 6 inches of my small intestine removed, a couple broken ribs, broke my shoulder blade, and then punctured my lung. So yeah, I mean, quite a wide variety, but I would say I'm pretty fortunate and grateful for where I am now physically.
no, of course. And, man, jeez, I don't know. Just like
Yeah,
everybody
no,
else, right? Like,
yeah, yeah.
holy smokes. After all of it happened, you started playing again actually for Humboldt, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I originally had no intentions of playing. They gave me a 1 to 2 year recovery for my arm to regain, because I mean, I think they said it's 1 millimeter a day the nerves heal. So I remembered like picking up my first 4 liter jug of milk, just because I was in a little splint for a while, and I couldn't even lift my arm or anything like that. So I mean, I had no intentions of playing, and my recovery was pretty speedy. And so I went to as many doctors as possible to make sure that I was, I mean, on the right path. And if I went back, I wouldn't kind of do anything more worse to my body or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah, of
that.
course.
So I definitely took the precautions and everything. But I went back for 10 games, and I mean, it's definitely something I can look back at and be proud of, and I will still cherish like the moments I had even with that team. I mean, obviously it was a lot of new faces, but I still have friends from that team today, and the coaching staff and everybody was still wicked, and the community, the way they kind of supported me, and obviously my billet parents were the biggest part of that. So yeah, I mean, I made the decision to come home, and which I think was the right decision, and now we're here today.
What made you face the fear of going back on a bus, going to a team that now it's so many new faces around?
Yeah, I think that's like honestly the main thing that was driving me was just playing for everybody that we lost. That's I mean, that was the focus. I don't think there was
Yeah,
anything kind of straying away from that. I just wanted to be able to, play for everybody. I
of
mean,
course.
play for all 16 who we lost, and I mean, just being able to put that Bronco crest again on, and it was obviously very challenging and very difficult to look around that dressing room and see different faces, and go to the billet house and not see Tobes, and even, yeah, just as simple as getting back on a bus. But I think it was, I think, not big steps. Like I would say that, yeah, big steps in kind of my growth and journey of kind of getting back to the person I was. Because I mean, I definitely can't speak for them, but I mean, everybody that we lost, I mean, we always had so much fun, and we just were able to showcase our personalities. And I remember just sitting in the trainer's room with Dana, just watching Netflix and laughing. And I think they would all want us to kind of get back to who we were before. Obviously, I don't think that's never gonna happen or ever gonna fully happen. I don't think we'll ever be able to fully heal. But yeah, I think that was kind of my mindset towards that.
Where have you found the most healing, or what has helped heal you mentally?
It's definitely been a lot of different. It's been an emotional roller coaster,
Yeah,
honestly. For the first bit, I think I was one of those kids that just kind of suffered in silence, and didn't want to burden anybody with my problems or what was going on inside my head or my struggles. And so that's what I did for the first bit, and it worked for me. I mean, it worked at that time, and I was able to still kind of, go out and see people, and still have some laughs, but still come home, and still kind of, like suffer silently. And it was something that I'd never been accustomed to. I mean, before it, I've never went through anything. I've never been through loss before the accident, so I never really knew the full definition of mental health. I mean,
mhm.
I'll never still know the full definition of it. It's quite a complex situation. So
Definitely a journey, isn't it?
exactly, and I think that's been the biggest part, is just being able to kind of take those steps and take those necessary steps. And I mean, once I took that first step of obviously realizing, okay, you are struggling and you are doing not okay, and I think that's kind of what's brought me to the point of realizing that, okay, I'm allowed to struggle, and I'm allowed to have bad days, and I'm allowed to still, feel feel off and feel sad and feel those emotions that I would usually just kind of bottle up and put on the back burner. So
What do
like
you do now when you feel them? Do you let the emotions run out of you and come out and pour out?
yeah, like it's weird because for the first bit I didn't cry much and I was
Mm.
like, what's wrong with me? Like why am I not crying? And I mean, I know it's just different for everybody and sometimes those emotions just don't come out. And I mean, I've definitely had my moments of crying even on
No, of
national
course.
TV. And but I think it's more just finding what works best for me, and whether it be going for a walk and listening to a podcast. That's always been a big thing for me, or whether it's literally just sitting down and watching hockey and fully decompressing, and or whether it's reading a book, or I mean even just just reaching out to people. And I mean a simple FaceTime goes a long way right now, and I think that's what's helped me a lot, even though I'm not allowed, or we're not allowed to fully see friends or family or anything
Okay.
like that. So I think just being able to still maintain those connections and tell each other that we love each other. And I mean, it seems simple, but it goes a long way. So
Oh, it goes huge. Did you did you realize um, in a moment that I have a problem and I'm struggling, or was it over weeks and months? Like, oh, I'm not right. Maybe there's something wrong, and then go on with your day, bottling it up, and then finally it just hit you. No, I have a problem.
yeah, I think I mean it all kind of bottled up into that. It all
Yeah.
kind of the months and the weeks following the accident. I think everything kind of was connected to that moment where I texted my parents after that last road trip in Humboldt, and I was like, I'm not having fun anymore. And they knew I was struggling, and even the people around me knew I was struggling. I mean, the new team, I think they all heard about me. I'm this big dressing room guy, huge personality, loves to
Yeah.
make everybody laugh and all that. And I mean, I come in and I more just kind of have my head down and look around the room, and I mean, I don't have that chipper attitude that I normally would have. So I mean, even these new guys that barely knew me knew I was still kind of struggling with something, and I don't blame them because it's not a situation where they would have to come to me and be like, hey man, like what's
No,
going
of
on? Like I
course.
mean, that's a very tough situation and a very unfamiliar situation. But I still felt that love and support from them, and I especially felt that love and support from my billet parents and my parents and a couple other influential people in my life who kind of helped me make that transition of letting my whole life of hockey go
Yeah.
and actually just putting my life first and putting my kind of mental health journey first, and being able to put that at the forefront of my life, which I never usually did. So
What brings a smile to your face? Because there's somebody special in your life that makes you smile a lot.
yeah, I mean, I think it was tough for a
Yeah.
while. I think it was almost a case of why do I deserve to smile? Why do I deserve to
Mhm.
be happy? Why do I deserve to laugh? I mean, I'm close with a lot of the families that lost those beautiful people, and I mean, I just like sometimes I think like why should I have to go out and have a good time or anything like that? But I
Is that
mean,
that
they've
survivor's guilt? Survivor's guilt?
yeah, I would say that kind of adds into the survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
And I mean, every time I'm able to chat with any of the 29 families, I think we all just have that kind of balance and that like just that basic love and support for each other. Like I said, I cannot speak for any of them, and I know that it's just so important to have them in my corner and have that support and have that love, and knowing that they would want me to go out and still be me and go out and still try and make
Mhm.
an impact on people and try and do good in the world and try and to show people that sometimes there is a light at the end of the tunnel, even when it truly will never feel like it. So I don't think I have the perfect recipe for it. I mean, I'm grateful in the sense where I'm surrounded by special people. I'm surrounded by a beautiful family, a wonderful girlfriend, and I have such a solid support system of friends. And I think that just goes hand in hand with kind of being able to help move forward day in and day out. I mean, there's still bad days. Let's be honest.
Of
There's
course.
still
Yeah.
days that I wake up, and I'm sure a lot of people who go through
Mhm.
struggles know that it's not going to be all fine and dandy. And I
Oh,
think I've kind of come to terms with that. And so being able to embrace the good and the bad is a big thing. And it's been something that I've tried to incorporate into my life. But, it's tough sometimes being able to go through those bad days because you still kind of want to just put them to the back burner and
mhm.
show everybody that you're doing all right. But yeah, it's just purely. the fact that you need to take care of yourself, and the fact that self-care is not selfish. And I mean,
Mhm.
like I said, I wish I had all the answers, and I wish I had the recipe for it, but it's still a day by day process.
Man, after all the pain you've gone through and struggle and suffering, physically, emotionally, spiritually, you still went out there in the world and you became vulnerable and said, I am struggling. And you literally put it on social media. You put mental health awareness at the forefront. How has this happened? Has it always been like that for you? Or
No,
no?
not at all. I think, like I said, I mean, I strived on being that dressing room person. I strived on just the atmosphere, the camaraderie. I strived on being able to try and make sure everybody was having a good time. And I think I've never dealt with the mental health. I mean, I truly was never. I mean, I can think back to in high school, when sometimes you
Mhm.
come home from a party or whatever, and you're feeling a little off, and but realistically, I think it's just the simple thing of when I got asked to write my story down on the Unsinkable platform.
Yeah.
It was super foreign to me and it was super unfamiliar. But I was like, I just sat in my room and wrote down my story, and I mean, it felt actually okay. It felt kind of refreshing to let that off my heart and off my chest. And I mean, when I went into that, I had no plans or no intentions of continuing to do that, speaking about it, writing about it, kind of doing whatever. So from that moment, when I kind of received the immense and remarkable amount of support and love from that story and that article, and I kind of knew where it was like a situation of, okay, I think I could do this if I want. I think I could help people, and I could try to make an impact, and I could try to inspire, and I could try to, do good. And I never really, I don't think I'll ever consider myself a full mental health advocate or full big public speaker or anything of that sorts, because I truly just want to give back. And I mean, I think that the way that Canada and everybody around us just continually supported and loved us after the accident, I don't think I'll ever be able to repay everybody. So if I can hopefully change one person's life with a simple story or a simple phrase or a simple answer to a DM or whatever it is, I think that's what motivates me to keep going. And it's always people always said that it's kind of therapeutic to write about it or therapeutic to
Mhm.
speak about it, and I never really fully understood that. But I mean, this is pre-pandemic, but once you have a mom come up to you crying, I mean, just because you shared your story and you shared the good and the bad, and I mean, it's just, yeah, I can't even put it into words. It's just to be able to make an impact is something that I want to continue to do and to continue to strive for.
It helps people realize that they're not alone in this world. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest thing, especially right now, which is a lot of people need that reminder, which
Mhm.
is, I mean, whether it be a youth, whether it be a parent who you always look up to, whether it be even a professional sports athlete. Like, I mean, it's just at the end of the day, everybody is fighting a battle and everyone is going through struggles. And I mean, you can never undermine those, and you can never underestimate the power of a conversation and the power of whether it's a simple text or, I mean, obviously, hopefully one day we're able to get together and sit around a fire and share stories and just talk about what's going on in your mind, because I miss those days of being able to fully have those, those very meaningful, thought-provoking conversations that make you think and take a
Mhm.
step back and realize, you know what, I'm not alone. I mean, I may be struggling and I may feel off this day, but at the end of the day, there's people around me who
Of
are going
course.
through it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just a simple fact of life.
You're a truly remarkable human.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Fine gent you are. So Tyler, I have a question for you. It's
Yeah.
okay to not be okay. Let's lift it up.
Yeah.
Oh, so tell me about that. You started this company, eh? Or
Yeah,
clothing line.
I wouldn't even consider it a company or a business or anything.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate that I know I'm family friends with the embroidery shop, or the people who own the embroidery shop in Leduc, and I came to them with an idea originally, and I was just like, put it on a sweater. I mean, I love clothing, I love sweaters, I
Yeah.
love being able to kind of design stuff, and I just said, put it on, and we'll see how it works. So I mean, I remember we even had this discussion. We had no one real plans, even when we were making them, to sell them or do anything big, or But yeah, once I posted that Instagram photo and I received quite a few messages about where I got it, how to get one, and I went back to them and I was like, okay, are we doing this? And I've been very fortunate because they've taken the load of that and they've been able to help me distribute them to a lot of people. And I mean, I just can't thank everybody enough for the immense amount of love and support on the sweaters. And I think that it's just what I wanted to do, is just to be able to help initiate those tough conversations. And I mean, if these phrases can do that, then I think that's it. That's all I want, is to be able to, I mean, it's so tough to initiate those tough conversations that you wouldn't normally have. So, I mean, if a family friend or whatever it is looks at you and be like, oh, that sweater is interesting. Like, how are you doing? And I mean, if you can dive deep into a conversation right there, then that's the goal. And I mean, I've been able to donate proceeds to a couple $1,000s to charities and foundations that really mean a lot to me. So those charities and foundations are going to help people in the mental health world and continue to help that. So it's an everyday thing, which I've come to know is mental health. It's an everyday thing.
And one day at a time.
Exactly. That's what I live by. So
now, if someone wants to get one of those hoodies, where do they find them? And
yeah, so right now we just have the website closed. Okay. We're working on a couple of new designs just to get it out there. We're working on a new sweater that kind of puts courage, vulnerability, and bravery right on the sweater. So it's more of it's cool. I mean, I had a couple conversations with friends where it's like you're wearing what you hope to, be. I never thought that being able to come out and open up about your struggles was courageous or took bravery or anything like that. So I mean, if I can really help people think about, oh wow, like if I'm struggling or if I'm not doing okay, like I'm still considered courageous or brave or anything like that, because I never knew that. I never understood that. But
and you could look in the mirror. You could look in the mirror and see it, right? And you're just like, oh yeah, you feel it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I hope we're gonna hopefully be able to open up that website again, maybe by the end of the week or next week. But I think we'll chuck these back on there again.
They're beautiful. Now tell me this: why those colors?
I don't think I can't remember actually why we just said let's just be multicolored.
It's so
I think
cool.
It's just I would just love to hit everybody. I don't want it to be. Obviously we have some stuff where it's just one color, but I think it's just cool that how everybody can look, and it's obviously hopefully eye appealing and hopefully just makes you think about it, just because you're hopefully stuck on that message and you're thinking, oh wow, that's that's something. So I mean, I like I said, we never really had any crazy plans to do anything with it, but I think it's remarkable the way that people want to continue to support and want to actually put their mental health at the forefront of their lives, 100%. Hopefully. So that's a big thing.
Are you still with Ducky Brand as well?
Yeah, I definitely, I mean, Ducky Brand's what kind of started me in the mental health clothing world. I still love Ducky. I still wear their stuff proudly.
Yeah. Are you still with them, or I don't have to put this up if you
Yeah. I'm still considered an ambassador. Yeah. Aiden and Ducky are awesome.
Yeah. So. Oh, his name's Ducky.
His name is Aiden Gerduckis.
Oh, geez. I was wondering, like, why Ducky Brand? Who's Ducky?
Yeah, and he's a hockey guy as well, so he kind of got that nickname from hockey, and he just stuck with it. So.
Hey, why not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Man, we got to go for drinks whenever this thing opens up, eh? Now that you're here in Calgary?
Absolutely. Yeah. I would love that. I want to hit a couple new spots downtown. Yeah. So,
have you, what's one of your favorite beers?
I'm a big Alley Cat guy.
Alley Cat, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Apricot Alley Cat. That's always been a big favorite of mine. But I like to be flexible. I like to try. I mean, I'm certainly not a stout guy. No. Or anything crazy like that, but I have no problem kind of going to a brewery and trying new stuff. So,
are you more on the brewery life, or do you like sometimes the good old Lucky 5 or the Pilsners and the, just?
Oh, geez. You know what? A good old Pilsner always hits different.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah. I will never turn down a good old Pilsner, even some Busch every once in a while.
Oh, it's nostalgic, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And really not so long ago.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And so your plans are to stay in Calgary now for a little bit here?
Yeah, that's the plan right
But
now. We got a 1 year lease on our apartment, so we'll see what happens. It's been good. We've liked living with each other so far, so I
yeah,
think that's a big step. But yeah, I mean, I'll certainly still head back home. Leduc's only two
yeah.
hours, so I'll still head back home and see friends and family whenever we can. And yeah,
Do you still keep in touch with the other guys off the team?
yeah,
Yeah,
for the most part. I mean, obviously it's tough just because we're all geographically kind of spread out. There's a
yeah,
group of them kind of in Saskatoon in that area, but I think we just try and get
yeah.
together as much as possible. But and then again, everybody's doing their own thing, and I think that's good. I think we all needed to get to a point where we kind of find our new thing. Some guys are in school, some guys started their careers. So I mean, it's we're all kind of just we're just doing our own thing, but we still have that pure love and support for each other, which is the most important.
In 5 years, where do we see you in your career? Like, what is the goal?
um,
What do you? Because
I can honestly say I had that question the other day, and it's
yeah,
still that it kind of goes back to the one day at a time
yeah,
philosophy. I would love to. I mean, I love make I don't make goals, and I mean I'm certainly not against making goals, but I definitely just love to live in the moment and be present and kind of never close a door and never burn a bridge with anybody. I just want to just go through life and see what it brings me. And I think
what a
yeah,
great way of living. Holy, yeah, I love
yeah, I think
that.
that's kind of the way I've been living for the past couple months or past couple years or whatever it is. So
Is that a kilt on the back right there? Humboldt.
yeah, yeah, there was after the accident, there was quite a few people that made quilts for us. So I mean, even at home, I think my mom's got 6 or 7 Humboldt quilts.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there was a group of I think it was a group of women that just went absolutely crazy. Not in a bad way, but they just wanted to get all these quilts done for us, and I mean that was so special. I think that'll
That's so
probably be
sweet.
yeah, that'll probably be what I wrap my newborn in or something. I mean that's
Oh,
it's something that I'll always hold dear to my heart. So
yeah. No. Have you gone back to the site?
we went back yeah, one time. I think it was geez, I can't even remember the day, but ever since
Yeah.
I don't have any like set plans of going back like as of right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly will go back, but
But you're
yeah,
looking forward right now. You're trying to look forward.
yeah, and I mean, I think going back to the site would definitely not like hinder anything like that. I think just being able to, it's just an incredibly challenging thing to go back to where it all happened. So, um, but then again, I want to go back and I
Yeah.
want to just sit there and talk to everybody that we lost. And
Yeah.
I mean, it'll come. And I think obviously right now it's you can't do that really anyways.
So
But
it's
yeah, maybe this summer or something.
what are before we get going here? What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned in 2020?
The biggest lessons, I mean, through the pandemic especially, I think truly just being able to have that gratitude
Mhm.
and know that like time is precious. And I mean, I think we've kind of learned that the hard way, but it truly is remarkable how much or how important just those memories and that time is with people. And I mean, once we can get back to that, I hope that a lot of people will cherish that even
Yeah.
more and be able to really take away something from each of their hangouts. I mean, I try to definitely make those memories, and I think that's just a simple fact of you never know what tomorrow's going to bring, and sometimes memories is all you have left. So just that's I mean that's a philosophy that I've definitely lived by for quite some time, but then again, I think being able to be content with being alone and being content with your own thoughts is the opposite side of things,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just being able to just sit and feel grounded and actually just be content with what's going on inside your mind. I mean that takes a lot of time, and I certainly wouldn't say I'm completely content, but I think I've got to a point where I can relax and I can actually just sit there and
But Tyler, look at this. Like two guys right here just chatting away, talking about feelings. Whoever thought that would
I
ever
know.
happen in life? You know? This is
5 years ago that would have never ever
this is
happened.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks so much, brother.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, and let's keep in touch. Hopefully things open up soon, and we'll definitely grab a beer.